2019. Today's time is 5:43 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be presented by North Miami Officer Dumel Jeant. Thank you.
Everyone, please stand up and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Will everyone please keep standing? Please continue standing. We will take a moment of silence for the victims of the Christchurch mosque shooting in Christchurch, New Zealand on Friday, March 15, 2019. Thank you. Thank you. You all may be seated. In honor of Mayor Smith-Josephs being here tonight, we, the council, would like to report the 5 agenda tabs that we have voted on and passed so far. The first one, adequate lighting placement throughout the city of North Miami and parts of Northwest unincorporated Dade. The second one, Road to College RTC, targeting juniors and seniors to gain understanding and assistance about transitioning to college by offering scholarships, college readiness, financial readiness, and mentorships. The third one, enacting a drug and vaping awareness session hosted by the city every month for 2 hours. Volunteer speakers can come in, warn students and adults about the effect of drugs and vaping in the city. Number 4, proposed educational scholarships for students whom are elected to sit on the youth council. Students whom are elected to represent their respective high school as well as university will receive $250 and a $275 scholarship to assist with the financial burden of attending higher education. The last one, we're requesting the City of North Miami Mayor and Council to support the Tri-Rail Transit Station on 125th Street in North Miami. Thank you. Mr. Junior Council Manager, are there any additions and or deletions to the agenda?
Yes, there is a deletion on tab D and C, but if you may, I can speak a little on. Yes, there's a deletion on tab D and C, being that the sponsor is not here. But if you will, I can speak on C, if it's okay with him.
Alrighty, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Can you please report that? Thank you.
Tab D and tab C are tabled. Jefferson Noel is speaking on tab D. C. All right.
I could share what he was going to say.
Alrighty, thank you so much. If there are no more deletions or additions, consider the agenda set. We will now move to tab A.
Perfect. Tab A, proposed resolution of Mayor Smith-Josephs, Junior Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, requesting to initiate a tutoring program for high schoolers to tutor elementary and middle school students for community service hours at the elementary or middle school. The high schoolers can tutor the children in any subject that they are struggling with, and the program will accept students that have a GPA of 3.0 or higher with good conduct grades. The sponsor is Junior Council Member Luna Pedrosa.
Hello, this tab is basically just explaining that high schoolers are in need of community service hours. When you're in high school, there is that's quite difficulty just getting community service hours, whether donating cans, but instead, like, they're participating in something that's important and useful to their society, community around them. So instead, I propose that high schoolers for community service hours go to the elementary school or middle school that the students are struggling with, like 5th graders need help with math. High schoolers with proper GPA and good conduct grades with standing with their teachers, they can go and help tutor the children and receive community service hours, so it's a win-win for both sides.
Alrighty. The public forum is now open. If there are any questions, comments, and or concerns regarding Councilmember Pedrosa's tab, please come up to the podium. Hear none, see none, the public forum is now closed. I will open this tab for discussion amongst my council. Personally, I feel like this is amazing. I feel that college students, high school students specifically, we kind of forget about those under us, and we can utilize what we've learned throughout the years and help those under us, and as well as help students who need, I think, hours to graduate. I think it's a win-win personally, and it allows for members of the community to kind of get in touch with one another, and the youth especially. Thank you.
If I may, Luna, are you looking to partner with City Year on this? Because I know they do that as well within the schools already.
What do you mean?
City Year, they do the tutoring for all grade levels. So I'm asking, are you willing to have students partner with City Year with this program? Because they do that as well in the schools. Okay.
But for some schools, like I know like Turner Tech doesn't offer City Year, so working on bringing City Year to other schools would work as well. And if not, if the school doesn't have like a City Year oriented program, I think Luna's idea would still
Yeah,
work
then that
way.
program would be like good.
Yeah.
But because I know a lot of schools offer City Year, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
At this moment, we would like to invite the mayor to speak on the various tabs that we are opening. If you would like to come up to the podium, or just get your opinion on the tab at hand from Junior Council Pedrosa.
You see all the tabs, A through D?
We're on tab A.
Good evening, Madam Junior Mayor, Vice Mayor, and all members of the Junior City Council. Thank you for the opportunity to stand before you and address you I don't have anything specific on the agenda, except that I want to congratulate you for your endeavor, for taking time out to do this. This is an initiative that I started, well, that was in mind for a couple of years, but we finally got it to fruition a couple of months ago, and I heard from the grapevine that you've been doing a wonderful job. I just want to give you a few pointers before I sit down. First, when you're doing your meeting, the only time you wait for another member is if you don't have quorum yet. But as soon as you have quorum, you should try to start your meeting on time. If you have to start at 5:30, don't wait 5:35, 5:40. And even when you don't have quorum, even when you don't have quorum, you can still discuss the items. You simply cannot take any vote. Okay? And that's pretty much it. And I know that you had the chance of visiting the Miami Gardens, right?
Yes.
Miami Gardens Junior Council. It's good to do that so that you can share ideas, see what they're doing, and exchange ideas. It's a very good thing. I want to let you know that this is a very good thing that you are doing, and people are taking notes, and it shows that you care about your community. And yes, you should have good grades. You should make sure that you aim at academic excellence. But this is extracurricular activity, which is very important because there are so many issues in our society, and kids are growing up. A lot of times, they're not aware of them. They're more tuned into social media and all the other bad things that come along with it. But what you're doing now is golden. And this is a win for the city of North Miami. So thank you very much for doing what you do, and kudos to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ready? I will call for a vote on tab A.
I second.
Motion made by Junior Mayor Allen and was seconded by Councilmember Pedrosa to approve tab A. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposing? Item pass 4-0.
Thank you. We will now move on to tab B.
Tab B. Proposed resolution of Mayor Smith Joseph's Junior Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, requesting the City of North Miami Mayor and Council to provide outreach programs for college and high school students, highlighting artists, feeding the homeless, and creative writing contexts, etc. Sponsored by Junior Mayor Jordan M. Allen.
Thank you. The first youth-based outreach will be highlighting young Haitian artists in a section in the Museum of Contemporary Art, also known as MoCA, during Haitian Heritage Month. This will allow for students to be creative and show appreciation for their country through art. As a student who is majoring in a very creative major, I think it's extremely important, especially during Haitian History Month, which there is a lot in this city, to allow students to show pride for their country and to show that although they live in America, they still have love for Haiti. And I feel that this will allow students to come together from different high schools as well as different universities to come together and visibly show their art to the surrounding community. Thank you. Public forum is now open. If there are any questions, comments, and/or concerns regarding this, please step up to the podium now. As you step to the podium, please state your name, your address, and the university you attend. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Andriana Frank. I live on 128 East 11th Court, and I attend Johnson Wales University. Now, I have two questions. One question is, how would these opportunities be marketed to these students around the city?
So I'm glad that you asked. In regard to university-wide, me as well as my council manager will be spearheading our two universities. Also, I personally will be going to each individual high school with a flyer and explaining to the students as well as the principals and the vice principals the benefit of this, as well as the way to get students out there. And as you being a fashion major as well, you understand that our art is everything. And, you know, this might not seem big to some people, but being able to say my art, something that I love, that represents where I come from, being in a very great museum such as MoCA is very, very important. I think that will also boost up the ego for students to get comfortable with the youth council, because I as well as my council, work for the youth. And if I can help any student, especially creatively, I will.
My second question is, I see here you said also college students. Well, so many of the colleges around here, many of the students don't live in North Miami, so is it open to them as well?
Yes, as you pointed out, our college population isn't necessarily North Miami, so I will open it up to everyone, no matter where you're from, to come out and, you know, kind of join in on this. I don't want to segregate the North Miami residents or the Haitian residents from everyone else. I want to give everybody else the opportunity to be great.
Thank you.
Thank you. If there are any more questions, comments, and concerns regarding this tab, please come up to the podium. Hear none, see none. Public forum is now closed. I will open this tab for discussion amongst my council.
I personally think this is an amazing opportunity that you can provide to these students or just anyone in general to get creative and just start participating in art, in anything, like any writing, anything related to that. This can help students in general. This is actually a very good way to get them out there in MoCA.
Thank you.
And I second what Councilmember Pedrosa just said. As someone that participated in the arts for awfully a lot of years, I truly believe this opportunity is really great, as we don't really have that many opportunities to perform or even participate in any activities at MoCA as kids. So that's really great.
I agree with Junior Council members Eliason and Pedrosa. In elementary school, I was in a music program where I was fortunate enough to play the violin and actually attend concerts. And when they cut this program from our school, I realized that there wasn't any other ways that I could dabble in the arts, and I feel that this is a perfect program that will enable students, especially the children, to dabble in.
Thank you.
Wait. I agree with that as well, because I come from a high school where it highlights science and math, but I know that's not all of us, and a lot of us actually do partake in the arts and everything, which is why we're actually going to have a talent show tonight, which I have to participate in. But yeah, I think this could definitely help and highlight those people. because they are there.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
Oh. Well, you mentioned promoting the event, right? You spoke about going to the schools and meeting with the principals and vice principal. However, sometimes that information is not, brought down to the students.
Right.
I would think, for me, that a lot of us are SGA presidents of our school or know someone that, can discuss this on a wide range. And I think as a collective, we should sit down and try to market this out if we are going to pursue this as well.
Right. I definitely agree. I want to make sure I hit all bases. So I think letting SGA be a part of this and marketing this to the students as well, I think that would be amazing. Maybe I'll personally sit down with each individual SGA, have a conversation, and you guys can make your own flyer to represent your high school, which I think will allow the creativity to begin flowing, and then we'll go from there.
Great.
Thank you.
Piggybacking off what Matthew said, what is your timeline on this tab?
It actually depends on, how we move. If we are going to do it, quickly, we sit down, have this meeting, and we discuss it out, then we can move it forward as far as in the next week from prior to that meeting.
Okay. And do you have a scheduled date, or do you have an idea of when you would like for this tab to be accomplished?
Probably in April. Yeah, probably in April.
Okay.
Because Haitian Heritage Month is in May, so probably in April prior to that.
Okay.
Alrighty. I call to vote on tab B.
I second that motion.
Motion was made by Junior Mayor Allen and was seconded by Vice Mayor Murphy to approve tab B, which proposes to provide outreach programs for college and high school students. All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposing? Item passed 5-0.
Thank you. We will now be moving on to tab C.
Tab C. Proposed resolution of Mayor Smith Joseph's Junior Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, requesting the City of North Miami Mayor and Council to open second 151st Street entry point behind FIU, repositioning road lines. Hours of operation from 8 a.m. to a certain time, then reopen 2 p.m., then close later on. Sponsored by Council Member Elijah Kessler.
Okay, may I begin? So let me just start with a preface. In a 5-mile radius area, just there are 4 schools. There's FIU, which is represented here. 3 out of the 4 represented here, by the way. FIU, my school, Massachusetts FIU, which is located in the same campus, but we're just gonna count them as separate schools, and Alonzo Tracy Morning, and the David Lawrence K-8 Center. Between those 4 together, we'd get around over 10,000 students within that small area alone. Now imagine how heavy that could be in the morning when most of those people are trying to get to the same place at the same time with only one way in and one way out. I've proposed this before, and instead of coming up with a solution, they decided to build another Costco right next to the other one, which I don't really find beneficial in any way, and if anything, it just adds more to it. And I did some scouting some months ago. I took a day off, and I asked my principal if I could, and he said yes, and I took some footage. I don't have it prepared now, but when I do speak to a zoning manager, I'll have it edited and put together so he could see just how far back the cars go in the morning and how much of a hazard it can be. But there is a second route just behind FIU. It's been gated off for years, and it's been made a park reserve, but it's not national park. It's not a government-owned park. It's Arch Creek. Basically, it's a back road that, if open, it could be a second route into FIU, and then of course every other school. And even though it's only on one. It's only like 1 lane in, 1 way out. Same thing as our original pre-existing entrance and exit. It still could decrease traffic by a lot, and not only does it serve as a time constraint, but also a safety issue, because with all those people living in one area, operating in one area, you cannot have only one entrance and one exit, because if any of those gets shut down, everyone is stuck, and the only other way to get out is, as my principal said, through an airlift, and God forbid if there is any emergency that happens, then everyone within that radius is... Well, I'm not sure what to say about that. Now, I'm not sure if you remember, but earlier at least for my school year in September, 2 colleagues of mine, a sophomore and a junior, They were brutally attacked on our Biscayne Bay campus while they were doing a research project for a dual enrollment class we all share. Now, this, of course, prompted FIU to increase their security, but it should have been that way anyways. And I don't want this to be the same case with the road where something needs to happen just to get another thing. I want this to happen before any hazards occur. And that's why I want to reopen 135th Street to be another entrance, even though it goes through a neighborhood. I think this is the priority of 10,000 and more is over less than 100 residents on that street. Thanks.
Thank you. The public hearing, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, public hearing is now open.
Hello, my name is Smith Joseph, 2100 Saint Souci Boulevard. Well, I happen to be the mayor as well. Apparently something is missing. We, after elections, one of the recommendations was that you have someone, well, preferably my assistant, or someone in the city council to guide you as a council, as a youth council, to see to it that you have issues, the issues that you will be discussing would not be issues that we as a council we discuss. This is a very, very bad can of worms that you're trying to open. I would strongly recommend that we erase it from the agenda. It should not make it to the dais to begin with, had we done what we're supposed to do. These are items that we've been discussing on the dais. So you are forbidden from discussing these kind of issues. As a junior council, you are asked, to do an exercise. Of course, you can discuss these with us, in private. If you have a burning issue that you want to learn more about and see what the city council can do, they can be discussed in a private setting on one-on-one. And but again, like I said, these are issues that we, as a council, we discuss. We've been back and forth on it many times, and there's been a bad blood on it. Even I, as a mayor, in our regular meetings, I don't want to talk about that issue. But if it comes for me to talk about it, I will. Okay? So this is one of our issues, so you cannot discuss it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Can you elaborate on that by any chance? About why they cannot discuss that?
I cannot.
This is a public forum. This is the city.
This is not a regular
Sir, don't raise your voice
council.
at me. You're having a...
I've already told
Why are
him.
you yelling at me off the bat?
Because I've already
First
said
of all, you're very rude while he was actually giving his statement. Sir, where do you live? Do you live here by any chance?
Sir, can you calm down, please?
Yelling at me.
Take him out now.
What did I do?
Out. Because you are disturbing the...
But he was rude while he was even having his speech. We need to let him complete his speech.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're not, sorry. Not you. This is my chamber.
Alrighty, so we're going to move for a vote, and I'm going to take the initiative as a right of the mayor, and I'm just going to nay this. Thank you. Alrighty. Council Clerk, can you just put that in the records that I nayed this? Thank you.
Junior Mayor Nay tab D, tab C, which propose to open second 151st entry point behind FIU. All right.
Yep.
Scratched out of record.
Thank you. Alrighty. At this moment, we are done with all our tabs. I will now open the floor up for Citizens Forum. Citizens Forum is now open. If you have any questions, concerns, and/or comments that were not addressed during this meeting, please feel free to come up to the podium at this time. Thank you.
Okay.
We're gonna have a council member come up to the podium. If you, when you get to the podium, please state your name, your address, and the high school you attend. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Roneldi Elyson. I'm SGA president at William H. Turner Technical Arts High School. I'm in the criminal justice program, and my address is 1245 Northwest 125th Street. So I just wanted to briefly say something. This has been on my mind for a while. So if we don't take heed in understanding what's going on in the communities and the lives of the kids in neighborhoods as a whole, then we'll never truly be sincere in our efforts to lead with purpose and effectiveness. With that, I say before we can take any course of action to implement programs in North Miami or any changes, we need to take a trip into the neighborhood we swore to protect and serve. Thank you.
Thank you. If anyone else has any questions, concerns, and or comments that were not addressed during this meeting, please feel free to come up to the podium. Hear none?
So this is the time for your public forum?
Yes.
Yes.
You can call it public forum or opportunity to be heard.
Alrighty.
Where everyone will be given 2 minutes. They can come and talk on any topic for 2 minutes.
Thank you.
And also in council report, any member on the council, whatever report or whatever message you want to convey, unless you want, you can do it right from the dais. Okay. Instead of you coming to the mic. So this is your meeting, your dais. Okay?
If there are if no one else wants opportunity to be heard, consider this forum now closed. Hear none, see none. Thank you. Before we adjourn this amazing council that I sit on, I would just like to end with a few great words. I would like to thank Mayor Smith-Joseph for giving us this platform. Without you, we would not be sitting here, and we thank you for giving a chance and taking a chance on the youth. Thank you. Also, in honor of Women's History Month, I would like to close with a quote from poet and civil rights activist Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. I motion to adjourn this meeting.
I second that motion.
This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.